new episode of Growing Up with Classic Cars. This one is about the participation at the Firenze-Fiesole hill climb.
Last time we participated with the Porsche 924 Turbo. This year we're taking another special car, the Alfa Romeo GTV Veloce 2000. For us, this car is super special because our dad bought it 28 years ago, and so we can't imagine life without it.
The Firenze-Fiesole is a two-day event. The first day, everyone meets up at Piazzale Michelangelo for a technical verification. The second day starts with the drive through the city centre of Florence, followed by the actual climb from Piazza Edison to Fiesole.
In addition to documenting our participation, we will talk a bit about the history of the Firenze-Fiesole race. In fact, we're even going to do our own Concours of Elegance. Over the next 2 days, we're going to evaluate all the participants and choose our 3 favorite cars. Our 3 criteria are style and design, glamour factor and engine sound. We score out of 10, with 10 being the highest. Looking at the entry list, this is surely going to be a daunting task. The organizers have accepted around 80 really wonderful cars and grouped them into 5 different categories: Apripista, Storiche, Classic, Youngtimer and Ferrari Tribute. But let's talk about the history of the Firenze-Fiesole event first. The initial edition of the race took place on the 17th of July 1938 and was reserved for motorcycles only. After a 10-year break, partly due to the outbreak of the Second World War, the event was revived in 1948, but it was now held as a hill climb for race cars. At the time, the Firenze-Fiesole race somewhat substituted the famous Coppa della Consuma, which couldn't be held due to the still poor conditions of the roads, which had been damaged in the war. The Firenze-Fiesole was run 5 times in between 1948 and 1952. The track record of 2 minutes 43 seconds was set by Clemente Biondetti and his customized Jaguar in 1951. With the return of the Coppa della Consuma in 1952, the Firenze-Fiesole event was abandoned. However, it was revived as historical reenactment in 2006. This year's event is the 15th edition of this fabulous tradition. Now let's get to work and take a look at some of the cars in more detail. The first car which grabbed our attention immediately was an outrageous 1966 Abarth OT 1003 Periscopio. This car actually participated in a number of World Championship races in 1966, finishing 6th at the Nürburgring 500 kilometers and 3rd in class at the 1000 kilometers at Monza. What a machine! Right next to the Abarth, a stunning 1958 Lancia Aurelia B20. These cars are so elegant while being sporty at the same time. Just gorgeous. Next up, a very cool and quirky Austin 7 Cadet 750 Special, built by Sid Hamblin. Some temporary technical difficulties, but with the one and only Vincenzo at hand, any problem was going to be resolved quickly. So we moved on to an all-time favorite, the Franco Scaglione designed Giulietta Sprint Speciale. As you can see, this one here is a Firenze-Fiesole veteran. I normally prefer the Giulietta SS in white or blue, but I must admit that red is growing on me. She is such a futuristic beauty. Meanwhile, Sai called me over to a Ferrari Testarossa which had caught his eye. We were checking it out alongside the Scuderia Biondetti GTV and a lovely Lancia Flaminia Coupe Pininfarina 2.8 when another Testarossa made a big entrance. This time a monospecchio monodado. Such a crazy design and a fantastic engine to match. It's not hard to see why the Testarossa is such a style icon of the 1980s. From the same period, a rather lovely Alfa 75 Turbo. Maybe we should consider one as family transport. Very rare, especially in Italy, is a Steyr Puch 650T. What makes this car really special is the fantastic boxer engine, almost a little Porsche. This Italian-Austrian Firefly is owned by Professor Roberto Giacinti, who has recently published a book on this model. Each participant received a copy as part of the gift pack. Thank you! Then there was this 1971 Renault Alpine A110 in pristine condition. The perfect mix of French quirkiness and racing pedigree. Ça va sans dire. Still tucked away in its trailer, a 1962 Lotus Junior 22. We can't wait to hear it roar at the hill climb tomorrow. As the sun set behind Michelangelo's David, it was time to wrap things up for the day. So I headed back to our Alfa, with Sai ready at the wheel. Meanwhile, a fantastic 1957 Giulietta Sprint Veloce was keeping us good company.
Welcome to the second day of Firenze-Fiesole.
It was back to Piazzale Michelangelo on Sunday morning. With Sai still a bit sleepy, we were treated to the best wake-up call, the mighty sound of the Abarth Periscopio arriving in all her glory. Meanwhile, Sai had taken a keen interest in another real beast, the Ferrari 430 Scuderia. Presented here in a rather subdued and undercover grey, can you think of any other weapon of choice of the late 2000s? Also in the vicinity, an ultra-stylish Ferrari 512 BBI from 1984. Black is such a slick colour for these cars. Right next to her, a fantastic Porsche 993 Carrera RS. To my knowledge, Porsche made only 1,100 of these. This means it's one of the most collectible 911s of all time. Then the big English cats arrived. A beautiful XK150 followed by an XK120 in a super rare musk green. The engine sound is truly something else. The oldest car present, and thus lead of the pack, was this 1928 Lancia Lambda. Such a refined car and really incredible that it's almost 100 years old. In the meantime, some big guns had parked up next to our Alfa on the right. To our left, we were appropriately fielding the Italian tricolore complemented by a white 911S and a red Mini Cooper. I'm really in love with this 911S 2.4 from 1974, a perfect look. As the line was building up, so was the anticipation of the impending departure. Indeed, the arrival of the motorcycles of the Florentine Municipal Police meant that takeoff was imminent. The Vigili, as they are called here, did a really fantastic job escorting us through the historical city centre onto the starting point of the hill climb at Piazza Edison. A110 GTV were already underway, it was our turn next. The adrenaline and excitement was reaching boiling point. Now waiting for the sign to be given by President of the Scuderia A110, Professor Gino Taddei, and it was go, go, go.
Piazza Mino di Fiesole, at the finish line of the race, waiting for a few more cars to come up.
With many of the cars already parked up nicely, it was a good time to mingle and speak to some of the other drivers. Siamo qui con il signor Oscar Zari della famosa carrozzeria Zari di Fucecchio, che ha portato con sé una meravigliosa Jaguar. Ci può dire un po' della sua macchina?
Bene, intanto buongiorno. Che ti devo dire? Questa è una macchina che appartiene alla nostra famiglia da circa 25 anni, fu acquistata in Inghilterra, è una macchina, come puoi vedere, un XK120 OTS, è una macchina di 3422 cm3, nasceva con 160 cavalli, questa ha un motore che è leggermente un po' più potenziato, in quanto questa macchina negli anni 70 ha corso in pista e come potrai vedere ci sono delle modifiche che si vedono molto bene, tipo il serbatoio è a riempimento rapido e poi è stata fatta la modifica dei freni a disco anteriore, perché questa macchina la pecca era proprio i freni. Poi per il resto è una macchina che una volta che sei al volante è comodissima, è proprio una sfida la mia quando la guido, fra la linea dell'automobile, la potenza dell'auto con la forza del vento, perché qui vento veramente ne prendi tanto, come potete vedere non c'è assolutamente niente altro che l'air screen. Comunque è una macchina che dà molte soddisfazioni.
Grazie mille.
Di che, figurati.
But of course, we also still had to do some work. So Sai and I took some stock and discussed preliminary views.
What do you think about these cars?
I'm very indecisive between the Abarth Periscopio, the red one, because it has all three of the criteria we chose for the style and design. It's incredible, the engine sounds is magnificent, and the glamour effect is over the top. But then there's also a beautiful 911S, and that I really like because it gives that retro look. What about you?
Mine is definitely the Ferrari 430 Scuderia, because you can see the engine from like the outside, so without even opening it. What's your favorite Ferrari?
I really like this Ferrari 550 Maranello. I love the color, it's so elegant and classy.
Obviously our Alfa is one of my favorites too.
After a yummy lunch, the event was drawing to a close. And as the first participants were leaving, it was now time for us to deliver our final verdict. In the end, there were so many wonderful cars that we decided to have 4 winners.
My favorite overall car is the Ferrari 430 Scuderia. What about you?
My favorite one was the red Abarth Periscopio.
Then there's the Jaguar XK120 OTS.
And for me, it's the Porsche 911 2.4.
That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and see you soon.